Alright guys, we're gonna tie a feathered treble hook, and we're gonna start out with what size are these? 2? Size 2. Okay, we got a size 2 treble hook. Now the first thing you want to do before you put this in the vise is look at this treble hook and see how the hooks are sitting here. You'll want to put this treble hook, there'll be a side that's flat, like right here. You want to put this flat side on the top. It just makes it easier to tie. So you're just gonna place this in your vise. Make sure everything's tightened up. Alright, got that. So next thing I'm gonna do is you want to take your bobbin. I'm gonna use red thread on this. So just got a bobbin with some red thread. And you're gonna wrap that line back across the tag, and that way it stays on the hook. So I'm just going to make 10 or 12 wraps. Get it back here somewhere, and then I'm going to come back up towards the eye. And just let that bobbin hang there, and then you want to cut your tag line off. Alright, so now we got some hackle, some feathers, and you want to take, I'm just going to use 3 feathers. So first thing I'm going to do is you want to figure out how long you want this feather to be. Typically you're going to want it to hang off the bend of the hook about a ½ inch or so, well, about 1 inch probably. So that's looking good right there. So you've got all this excess, so you're just going to come up here, take your scissors, cut that off. Then I'm going to strip a little bit of this fluff off, so I got a good tie-in spot. Now when you tie this feather on, there's a bend, there's a natural curvature of the feather. You want that curvature to be facing out. So you don't want it to be facing in like this, you want it to be out. So we're going to lay that on there, and then we're just going to make probably like 5 wraps and just capture that piece of material on there. I'm going to kind of pull it down tight and then come back up to the eye again. Let your bobbin hang, then you want to get another feather. Same thing, you just kind of measure it off. So it's looking good about right there. Trim it off, pull some of that fluff off. Now you're going to pick a side. Same thing, you want your curvature to be facing out, and you're going to come to the other side of this hook. And you're going to tie it in on that side. Okay. That's looking pretty good. So we're going to do another feather. I'm going to put 3 feathers on there. Same thing, just kind of measure it off. It's looking good about right there. I'm going to cut it. Pull a little bit of that fluff off. And this one's probably the most tricky because it's the inside. I'm going to trim that a little bit shorter. It's a little long. So, put that feather right here, just kind of pinch it all together, and then you're going to tie it in. Okay, we got that done. So now what I'm going to do is I've got some flashaboo. This is just silver flashaboo. It comes in strands with a little zip tie on it. So I've cut some of it off already, and I'm going to take probably like 4 or 5 strands. I'm just going to do 4 strands, and we'll take 4 strands like this. And what you want to do is you want to double that around your thread. kind of grab it like this. So if you can see, I've got it wrapped around my thread, and that's how I'm going to tie it in. So I'm just going to go to the top with that Flashabou. I'm just going to tie it in. And you want to make sure you go all the way back with your wraps to the start of that feather. That makes it lay flat on your hook. If you just barely tie it in, it'll really fluff out, and it's not what you're looking for. So then I'm going to come back up to the eye again. You can just leave it long for now. And I'm going to grab me some more pieces of this. Same thing. And just wrap it around my thread. Then I'm going to tie some on the other side. So you tie it in there, make 4, 5, 6 wraps, something like that, but make sure you wrap all the way back to the start of that feather so it lays flat. Then you're going to wrap back up to the head, or to the eye. That's good. And we'll go ahead and put some more in there. I'll make it real nice and flashy. So I'm going to grab about 3 or 4 more strands. Okay, I got my strands. I'm going to wrap it around my thread again. And I'm going to go on the inside with this wrap. And once again, you're just going to make 4 or 5 wraps and come all the way back to the feathers. It's starting to build up. It's looking good. So now this Flashabou is a lot longer than your feathers. So what you want to do is I want to trim this Flashabou back to where it's, I don't know, about halfway back, something like that. So trim it about right there. Go and do this side over here. Okay, so now the final thing is to do a whip finish knot. And normally I'm going to have a whip finishing tool, but I forgot it. So I'm going to attempt to do this. I've never done it like this before, but we're going to try it. Wrap. I'm going to spin it. People that know how to do this are making fun of me right now. You're going to wrap, and you're going to spin it. And you're going to twist it and spin it and then pull it tight. And we're going to do that again. Like I said, I've never done this before. Okay, there you go. So, gonna cut this tag off. Hopefully that'll work. And the final thing you're gonna do is put some fingernail polish on there. So you just want to take your nail polish. You can buy any brand of clear nail polish, and it's better than head cement because it doesn't dry out, and it's got this nice little brush on here. So you're just gonna dip some of that on your thread. Get it nice and good. Let it soak in. And that's it. That is a feathered treble hook. pull it out and let you look at it. There you go, finished product. So these are great on the back of any kind of walking bait, and it's coming up on fall time. So now's the time to have these on here. All right, I'm gonna go into detail on a couple things that I think need to be talked about just a little bit more. First thing is how to capture your thread on your hook before you even start to fly. Got my red thread on my bobbin, and to start the thread on your hook, you're just gonna lay the thread on there in kind of an X pattern, and all you're gonna do is start wrapping back over the thread. So my tag's right here, and I'm just wrapping back over it. Show you that again. I think I'm bumping this camera. Okay, so you're just gonna place the thread across the hook at this angle right here, and then just wrap back across. The tag's going towards the bend, so you just wrap back across, and that's it. Then I would wrap back up. That's how you get the thread started on the hook. Second thing is how to tie the whip finishing knot. Unfortunately, I'd forgot my whip finishing knot during this video, and I'd never tried it that way, and it was a little sloppy. I actually tied a couple more feather treble hooks, and it got a little cleaner. But the tool that I was looking for is right here. It's called the whip finish knot, and this little part kind of swivels on there, and you hook your thread through there. And I'll go ahead and show you how to tie the finishing knot with this whip finish knot. You got this little notch right here. You're gonna lay the thread into that, and then you're gonna wrap the thread around the top and get it caught right here. You're gonna make a triangle like this. Okay, and twist it, and that triangle goes over the eye of the hook, and then you just roll it around. And when you get to this point, you just slide it up, pull it down. That's it. Show you one more time. A notch, you roll it like that, you make a triangle, then you're just rolling it around that eye. And I usually wrap it 3 times, and I'll do this I'll do this knot twice. And then you're just gonna cut the tag. I've got to tie some of these hooks up for myself. I've tied several of them up and just given them away to my buddies. And all mine are occupied on other baits right now. I need to get a few of those going, but I hope this video helps. It's fairly straightforward. You know, those hooks are $3 a piece if you buy them tied up like that already. And once you get your equipment, you know, you can do it for probably $1 or less, and it's kind of fun. You know, you could sit down and you can tie several of those up in an hour. I think it takes like 5, 6, 7 minutes to tie one up. But yeah, you can get a bunch of different sizes. You know, sometimes I'll put them on the back of jerk baits in the smaller, like size 6 hooks. And most of the topwater baits have like a 4 or a 2. So anyway, appreciate it, man. Share this around and let me know if you guys are fellow tiers. Maybe I'm not doing this right. If you got any comments, let me know how ways that I can improve what I'm doing. I know one way was to get that whip finishing tool, and I just showed you that, so I got that figured out. So comment, share, like, subscribe. Until next time, really appreciate it. I hope you guys catch some fish if you actually tie some of those on. I'm sure they're just as good as the store-bought ones. Actually better because they're a little more personalized and they got a little more love in them, maybe. I don't know. But take care, man.